Yo, 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 what is going on, CoD Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder. And have you ever wanted to know all of the juice that is going on within Call of Dragons, no matter what type of juice and the density of such liquid may be? Well, I got something in store for you. I finally, I guess really more so by popular demand, have added on a hot tip line. It is anonymous fully, and I'm going to go through with you the steps that you can take if you are someone who wants to submit such a delectable refreshment to thyself. As always, if you enjoyed the content, make sure you throw us up because that helps out a lot. So, let's take you through where you can go to find all this information out. So I've added a channel on my Discord. It will go live at the time that this video is released. You will go to reaction role. You will select Call of Dragons. It's going to be the one that's in the middle or has the COD icon, right? This one here. You'll scroll down to where it says COD Tip Hotline. Now, or I guess I could do Hot Tip Line. I guess it doesn't matter. You know, whatever it is, words. And this is the beginning portion, right? So this is, again, I mentioned this is a tip line. This is also on the form too as well. Here's a link to the Google form. And these are just some things. Now, if you all have any other ideas what else I can include in here, I just tried to include as much as I thought that could be relatable. But it ultimately is anything that you think as well that could be newsworthy. Like I said, it doesn't really matter what it is. It could be anything like you see on here, right? Is things like betrayals, Kingdom Alliance mails. Maybe they're funny. Maybe they're appreciating. Maybe they're giving player shout outs. Maybe they're completely ridiculous. Whatever it may be. If there's maybe some wildness going on in World Chat or Tamara's chat in game, maybe something happened and people are just going crazy talking about it in their Kingdom chat, let me know. Right, I can go there and take a look. If there's maybe some migration news, right? Maybe some big alliances, maybe some leads, maybe some rogue players, whatever it is, right? Maybe two kingdoms are merging and wanting to go to a brand new dead kingdom, whatever it is. Their Kingdom Alliance leadership changes, maybe player zeroings, maybe mishandlings of situations, some unfair treatment, maybe there's some Kingdom Alliance shakeups, maybe there's war, maybe there's an underdog victory where they were just like 5 billion power under and they just overcame through their sure passion of activity. Like we said, player appreciation. Maybe there's some beta tests or some shadow changes that are happening in game that were not announced. Anything you could think of, please feel free. And this is where you would go to submit. Now, how does that look? Well, I'll show you the form. It's pretty standard. And again, it's kind of just goes over what we showed. I just had to do a little formatting for the example part. But you can see on here, there's a Lord ID and a name. This is optional, right? This is really only needed to be submitted and or your Discord username if you think that it would be beneficial for me to contact you if I need to follow up, or if there's just maybe something you need to provide. It could be a screenshot as an example, maybe video clippings, things that obviously you can't submit in a form. But even if you do provide that, right, you'll still remain anonymous by default unless I get distinct permission from you, so to speak. Detailed description, brief description. This is where you're writing out a brief description, just something like a one sentence, kind of like a header or a title of just what is it about. And then this is the part where the detailed description, this is where you would put in your tip or thing that you want to make known. And then references would be people I could contact. So like maybe you and a group of people are involved in this tip. Maybe you want to provide to me the Lord IDs, names, maybe their Discord usernames, maybe because they're okay submitting it, but there just wasn't an appropriate field for you to provide that information so that I could follow up with them if there's some more context. Maybe they have their own versions of the story they want to share. And yeah, so this is where you would go to do all of that. Now, I want to make something very clear here, is that when covering news-related articles or pieces, if there is not enough provided to me initially that can clearly just show a full case from top down, right, I will always make those efforts to contact the other party. And so that way both sides will be able to be represented. And then, of course, any screenshots and or here and there, right, can be provided if so. And if I end up getting things back like no comments, so, of course we'll go ahead and talk about those. But if you're ever someone who just wants to kind of know what's going on, and I guess this is more for the viewer perspective, because I can tell you for myself, I wish that there was something like this when I was playing Infinity Kingdom, when I was playing Rise of Kingdoms. Like, I wish I just kind of knew what was going on in other kingdoms. To some of you, that may be interesting. I can tell you for me it is. Because most of the time, we are all very limited to the kingdom that we are playing in. I can tell you that when I was playing in a kingdom, whichever kingdom I had an account in, right, I would be playing there, and I really wouldn't know, what was going on, so to speak, right? I wouldn't know, outside of that kingdom, right? So I wouldn't know, how, if there was something, like, for a good example is, let's say I'm going to a KVK, and I'm in Kingdom 1, and the first 8 kingdoms are going in, and there's stuff that's happening in a kingdom or 2 kingdoms that we're planning to ally with that could totally shake up how that might play out for us and our group. Maybe I don't know that because I'm not in that kingdom, right? And again, maybe I'm just a regular player, but I just have no idea how those things would affect us, right? Unless we're kind of getting those updates from our king or queen. And oftentimes, when you're starting out and playing in a kingdom for a kingdom builder game, that is your home kingdom. You're really, most of the time, probably not going to take, once again, time out of your day to go and look at how other kingdoms are operating, right? Or their servers are operating. And so you're going to be really focused on what's happening within your server and the kind of daily life that you log into every day to participate in, to socialize in, to engage in. So for me, I like to know these things. I think it's very interesting. I think that there's a lot of just unique pieces, I believe, of content and coverage that can be done across a lot of kingdoms. And there's a lot of, I feel, educational opportunities. I think there's a lot of lessons learned. I think there's a lot of historical opportunities. When we talk about things such as, giving historical references or kind of being a bookkeeper or someone who keeps history in mind, these are those opportunities to kind of dive into more of those. And I've always wished I had more time, and I still wish I have more time, but being able to essentially find leads, which is kind of what this is, will help me out so much more. It's almost kind of like optimizing how I did for the data portions, right? So you think about the me working with Rich and the data bot and how that saves me so much time in putting up data-related content, and having something like this where I don't have to chase down leads or for example, just find out where the leads are. I can kind of have the leads just be provided to me, and then that saves me time, and then it kind of points me in the appropriate direction that I would need to go in order to start putting all the pieces together, right, in order to provide. So that's it, really, for me. I'd love to know what you guys think. Is there anything else I can add to this form? Any other ideas I can put in just to kind of cover more of a wide range for what people can kind of get inspired to provide me if they see something on here? Maybe I'm just missing a couple things that some of you can think of. And are there any maybe particular types or pieces of content you would like to see in kind of this COD news or World of Call of Dragons coverage, even if it's not something that's here, right? Let me know, and I'll see if I can make it happen. That's going to do it for me. As always, until next time, we'll catch you later.